Hartshorn and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am a beauty business coach and my YouTube channel, BBB Beauty Business Builder, is here to help you within the beauty, hair and aesthetic industry to be seen. Gone are the days when we can rely on time for exchange services. I teach and coach entrepreneurs like you to leverage their skills, find new alternative ways to generate a revenue, and to become unstoppable and a celebrity in your field. So if you want to know more, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Click the bell, subscribe now, and check out my other videos. And I look forward to helping you and your beauty business. Bye for now. Hi guys, it is Essjay here and welcome to another podcast. Welcome to BBB Beauty Business Builder. This is a place where I inspire and motivate beauty entrepreneurs to break the mold, set themselves apart from the competition, and to generate extra ways of earn a revenue without touching their clients, to be able to bring into their business extra streams of revenue. If you are an avid listener, then thank you so much. If you are new, then welcome. Please go back to the beginning, as you will find some really good, valuable insights, which I started doing. This podcast has been going about 14 months now. So it was kind of like within the pandemic, which is when I made a lot of changes to my business and where I really started to set myself apart from the competition and put the starting blocks in process to be able to thrive financially and business-wise and personally through what has been a shit show of an 18 months. I want to say a shit show of a year, but it's longer than that. Shit show of an 18 months, which is where the personal care industry really got trod on big time. So go back, because it will really give you some really good insights on how you can start to diversify within your business, how you can discover what you really want to do, where you want to be, and finally start having a business to be proud of, having a business that can work when you don't work. You know, I wake up in the morning and I've got my account pinging of subscriptions, of retail, of, coaching, everything that comes into my account. And I'm asleep when that happens. So this is what I teach people, and this is what I teach on my coaching programs, and what I like to give you information for throughout this podcast as well. Now, this podcast, I want to talk about being you and doing you. Now, I actually shared this week, I shared a photo of Gary Vee, the Gary Vee. If you don't know who Gary Vee is, then you should know who Gary Vee is. And the picture was called, the title of this picture was, said, "Fuck People." Okay. Now, the reason why I want to talk about that is because I shared that and it got shared God knows how many times. And also, I've also been on the receiving end of that type of, I basically posted something and I have got response from people on a negative point of view, which basically just validated this post that Gary Vee did. So I want to talk about that, and I've spoken about this before, but I want to talk about you doing you. Now, in life, not just business, in life, you will always make decisions in life that you want to do. You will think about what you want to do and you will want to make them decisions. But you'll be influenced, okay? You'll be influenced by what other people want you to do. Now, this kind of podcast is going to be a little bit twofold, really. So for instance, I don't know, like what Gary Vee says, you buy a red car, people will say you should have bought a black car. You will go into business, they will say you should have got a job. You will stay in education, they will say you should have got out of education. So whatever you want to do, somebody will tell you that it's not the right thing to do. And the reason they do this is because that is not what they would do, but they're not you. So it is hard not to be influenced. It is hard not to be influenced, especially when you sit there and you've got people telling you that that's not the right decision. Now, that's not the right decision for them, but you need to, basically, what Gary Vee said is, fuck people. You need to do what you want to do, because if not, you will resent the decision that you made. And it was very apparent to me this week. I'm training a lot, and I've put on a few posts on my social media. You might have seen them. I've put on a post on my social media. You can catch me on social media. My name is Essjay Hartshorn, or BBB Tribe, BBB Essjay. You can just Google me and find me. I put a photo on of me training in the gym, an after photo of a session that I did, and I'm wanting to fine tune and shred, and I want a six pack. I want to go there, I want to really shred down. I'm doing it myself. I've not got a trainer. I'm quite well educated in that area because I was brought up by a fitness instructor and a bodybuilder. So I pretty much know how to do stuff, and I'm very motivated. I'm very driven. And I put a picture on of myself in a short little top and shorts just after a session. And do you know how many people, I had a few people that commented, thumbs up, looking awesome, love heart, you go girl, you inspire me. I got a lot of that. But what I got more of is, oh, Essjay, don't get too big. Oh, Essjay, don't lose too much weight. Oh, Essjay, you're looking a bit too thin. Oh, Essjay, don't get too muscly. Oh, Essjay, you don't look like a bloke. I got so many people messaging me that. And all these people that messaged me that, I don't fucking see. They're not even in my life. They are like Facebook friends or distant Facebook friends. And it was like, no. Fuck off. Seriously? You do you, I do me. And this also is another kind of validation of people interfering with what you are doing and what you want to do and who you want to be. If I want to be a size 6 sweat through and lose all my muscle mass, let me do that. As long as I'm not hurting nobody, let me do that. If I want to bulk up and be a bodybuilder and go and do bodybuilding competitions, leave me alone. Let me do that. I do me, you stay in your lane and you do you. And this also could kind of align with the fact of my second to last podcast when I was talking about jealousy with some people. A lot of people will support you until you seem to be doing better than them. They will support you until you start to lose more weight than them, or until you start to look trimmer than them. And then they'll be like, oh, don't you look too thin? Oh, aren't you too muscly? And that's probably because they're jealous because they have not got to that point where they feel that they're confident with their body. And that's fine, but stay in your lane. You do you and I do me. So this kind of post that I shared of the whole fuck people, Gary Vee, do what you want and don't let anybody else influence you, and then me putting this post of my body on, were just like, yeah, this is what happens out there. This is what happens out there. People interfere, and people interfere that probably have no impact on your life whatsoever. Now, I'm not saying be rude to these people. If somebody comes along and you're talking about your next business plans, you're talking about learning a new trade, or you're talking about creating a product line or a forum where people can pay for your advice in the beauty field. Whatever you want to do, you will have people that will tell you it's not a good idea. You will have more people tell you it's not a good idea than people that tell you it's a good idea. Now, you've got two choices. Okay? Well, three choices. You can either be like, nah, I'm not interested. I'll do my own thing and ignore them. Probably not the best choice. Could come across being a bit rude. You could also start to listen to them and start to think, oh, okay, yeah, they've got a point. Yeah, maybe that wouldn't work. Oh, yeah, maybe that wouldn't be a good financial or a good business move. Oh, okay, I'll now put off that idea. Right, okay, I'm going to go back to doing something else that doesn't fulfill me and is boring me, and yes, okay, I'll listen to that, and be a pushover. Basically, you've literally listened to somebody's advice who has got different values, and they've got different outlooks on life, they've got different business and personal goals than you, and you've then listened to what they've said, you brought it into your life, and now you are holding yourself back because somebody has influenced your decision. Okay. Or you could stand there, listen to them and say, okay, yeah, some valid points, yes. Okay, no, thank you for that. Interesting. Be polite, listen to what they have to say, come away and do what the fuck you was going to do anyway. And that's what you need to do. Don't be rude, listen to these people, because they might share something that might actually make you tweak your ideas a little bit more. So listen to them, be polite, but don't take on their advice. Come away and do what you want to do anyway. Because if you don't, okay, if you are influenced by other people in life and business, with whoever that may be, what is going to happen years down the line, you're going to resent them. You're going to resent them, and you're always going to be thinking, what if? Or what would have happened if I would have done what I wanted to do? Where would I be now if I did finally take that plunge and do what I want to do? Where would I be if I didn't listen to my, uncle or my best friend or whatever? If you follow what other people recommend when you've got really great business ideas and you've got great life goals and you've got great ideas that you want to do with your life and your business, and you reach out to somebody, or somebody reaches out to you and says, oh, you shouldn't do this because of that, and is that really the right move to do? And you respect this person because they're in your circle of friends and family, and you respect that person and you listen and you think, oh, okay, yeah, maybe you're right, and you pull back. Fast forward a couple of years, when you look back and think, what would have happened if I would have actually done that? Now, what's going to happen when you do that? This person that advised you not to do that, you're going to resent them. Because you're going to think, you stopped me from doing what I truly wanted to do. So don't be influenced by what other people tell you is the right and wrong thing to do, because they are living under different values, different goals, different plans, different lifestyle, different choices, different long-term goals than what you are. So don't go down the route of following that and resenting them in a few years' time, because you've just put your life and business and your long-term goal plans on hold because of somebody else told you it wasn't the right thing to do. So don't do that, okay? It is so important to be true to yourself. And I always say to myself, I've made business decisions in the past that have not been the right choices, that have clearly not been the right choices. And I've looked back and thought, yeah, shit, that was the wrong move. But I did it and I tried it and I've learnt from it massively. I would prefer to, in a few years' time, to look back and think, nah, that wasn't maybe the right thing to do, rather than look back and think, what would have happened if I would have done that? I prefer to regret what I did than regret not doing it. So live by that phrase. Would you prefer in a few years' time to think, yeah, okay, that maybe wasn't the right choice. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But I don't regret trying, okay? I would prefer to look back and think, no, okay, yeah, it wasn't the right move to do. I've learned from it. How would I make this different in my next business plan or my next life plan? Rather than looking back and thinking, shit, where would my life be now if I would have made that decision? So, embrace it. And whatever you do in life and business, Every single person out there is going to say it's the wrong decision. You know, they're going to say, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have gone to college. You shouldn't have started the business. People will say, don't rent a house. You need to buy a house. All of this is other people's perceptions of what is the right and wrong thing to do. And we are always so influenced. And it also brings me on to different things, you know, doing things to please other people rather than what you want to do. So for instance, you know, somebody buys a really nice flash car. Are they buying that really nice flash car because they love that car? They love that it gets them from A to B. They love everything about it. Or are they doing it because it will make other people look at them a different way? Now, this touches on when I had a business many years ago, and I had a beauty salon many years ago. I've spoken about this before, that I did hold on to it too long because I was too stubborn to change. But part of the reason is how that business made me feel. I had a shop front. I had a staff. I had a name on the main road. I had a name there. So to everybody else, looking in, looked amazing. To me, that made me feel good. That everybody was looking at me as an entrepreneur. I had a business. I had a shop. I had staff. I looked big. All of that. But what was my bank balance doing? What was I like behind closed doors? Financially, it wasn't great. I mean, financially now, my goodness, I'm currently on the top floor of my 3-story rented house, filming this podcast, absolutely rammed back to back with clients 2 days a week, doing my coaching, manufacturing a makeup line. My bank balance and my business is fantastic. Nobody knows that. They know from online, but I don't have this shop front. I don't have this name above my window. I'm not on a high street. I'm not doing this because I want other people to look at me and that is the feel good. I'm doing this because I want to do this. I don't really give a shit on what it looks like to the outside world, to Joe Bloggs who's walking past the street. So we do things sometimes because we want ourselves to look better than we are. And in reality, we might be driving around in that bloody flash car, but we might be bleeding our account dry every single bloody month just to pay for that car, just so other people look at us and think we look fucking awesome. So that is also something that we tend to do, and we need to stop it. We need to look at ourselves. We need to look at our goals, our plans, our family, our life, our values, and do things for us. And it doesn't matter what the outside world are thinking or saying you should or shouldn't do. You are doing it in a line with your true values and what you want to do. Because if not, you will either be living out of your overdraft because you're trying to do things to please other people and trying to make yourself look better to everybody else, or you will live in resentment. So this podcast is just me telling you, or telling you off, depending on what you are doing, to do you and be true to yourself. And like Gary Vee says, fuck people. They will always tell you it's the wrong thing to do. Do you, because you will resent them if you don't. So thank you so much for listening. Thank you for tuning into another podcast, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Thank you guys, and share this with people who you think are doing what other people want them to do and not what they really truly want to do. So yes, have a good week wherever you are, and take care. See you soon. Bye guys.